creative entertainment industry felt the silence of the pandemic, perhaps the loudest. Once home to packed shows and the cacophony of cheer, the industry was left in the lurch when the virus outbreak threatened to disrupt lives and livelihood. For those in performing arts, this meant taking a step back from the arc lights and resigning to a safer mode to make ends meet, the digital stage. But it was easier said than done. With no prior experience or know-how of staging a digital show, the journey for some artists and companies was fraught with challenges. That roadblock, however, did not deter the 29-year-old Rambo Circus to stage its first ever digitally produced show, Life is a Circus, from September.
Sujit, we would obviously like to know that how it has been a difficult time for creative entertainment, but how has the last 6 months been for you, for Rambo Circus? How was it like?
7 months, it was like, trying to survive. We just wanted to survive somehow because live show is live show for us. But still, this digital thing, we never expected so much of good response from the audiences. But it was overwhelming response from the audiences, and the artists were nearly, depressed, and they were feeling like dead, kind of thing, because they do every day 3 shows. It was quite distressing for them. But when these shows started and they got a lot of response from the crowd, online and offline, they were so happy. They were so happy. It was like, they got their oxygen level back.
Dilip recalls how he felt encouraged by seeing the spirit and resilience of artists in the circus.
All the circus artists and the laborers came together. I told them when the lockdown came, I told them, see, I have finances for 1 month. If there is no shows, I can't do anything else. But I don't want to risk you. Right now in Bombay, all people are running towards stations and getting, they might get infected or something. But I don't want you people being a family to go in those crowds and all that. The safest thing would be to stay and wait till the crowd gets less. Those who want to visit home, they can go home. But all of my artists came together and they told, sir, we don't want to go home. We want to stay as a team and try to survive this situation. We all should come together and build a strength, and we should fight this out. So that's what, encouraged me a lot. My artists and their hopes, that we'll begin soon.
The quest to find ingenious solutions to the new reality of Zoom live shows also made stand-up comedians try out different hacks to connect better with the audience. For Raunaq Rajani, his first Zoom show had mute spectators, as he decided to mute participants in order to drown out any background noise. But this proved far less interactive and fun from what he had been used to before. So for the rest of his shows, he took on a different way to get the laughter rolling.
In a Zoom call when everybody's on mute, it's weird. It's like I'm just talking to myself, and I can see people in boxes staring at me. I can probably see them smile. Maybe they're smiling because they want to. Maybe they're smiling because they don't, because they're trying to be polite. And in my head, suddenly I'm not focusing on my jokes, but I'm wondering, is the audience enjoying this or not? So eventually what we had to do was we had to ask people, unmute yourself. But what happens when you unmute yourself is that sometimes, people at home, because you're at home, you'll have a toddler screaming, you'll have a cycle breaking, a fan falling down, or a grinder blasting in the kitchen. So then we were like, all right, if you are one of the 10 to 15 people in this audience who can switch on their mic along with their camera, provided there is no noise at the back, apart from the fact that, apart from the only noise we're okay with is your feedback, like your laughter, or your disappointment in the joke, your size, whatever it is. It's a human experience, stand-up. So once people started doing that, we realized that, okay, this is the only way to make it work. There's 100 people watching. There's 15 people who switched on their mics. So, and I say something, 15 people are laughing. So the other 85 are sitting at home watching an experience that's like a tennis game. I give something, I get something. So it's fun to watch. It's not just me throwing a ball into the abyss.
In the midst of all the changes, however, there was also a silver lining which came by. The digital shows helped to elevate Indian talent on a global platform more seamlessly.
Digital platform has given new space and new thing is to reach out the audiences. Now, like we have greet and meet, and my clown goes and the artist goes and meets the kids. So we have even seen people from Sydney, Gulf countries, Australia, US meeting on greet and meet. That's what never happens on a live show. When we do in Mumbai, we just have a selected audiences. But this kind of reach, is a big reach for us, and we can raise our flag internationally also due to this. No, nobody knows about Indian circus basically. If you go to US, there are Chinese circuses, there are Italian circuses, American circuses, Canadian, French, but there is no Indian circus. So at least now, till we get the live entertainment a little bit, upgraded format and all that, till that at least we can reach out to those audiences.
For Rajani, it has meant a wider range of audience than ever before.
Now with Zoom shows and Zoom open mics, I get to maybe there's an open mic in Switzerland. I get to be on a Zoom show in Switzerland time, along with Swiss comics and maybe comics from other countries, and try my jokes for an all Swiss audience. And if they like it, I can be like, it's not just people in car on a Tuesday night. Even those guys like it. That means there is some more range for this. Or if they don't, how do I make sure that people in car as well as people in Switzerland like it? All right. And then I'll probably try to write it that way.
However, online performances were not possible for everyone during this period. Mumbai-based band Dharavi Reloaded, which creates music via recycled material with slum children, was not able to do any show in the past 6 months.
First of all, Abhijit, for a project like yours, having everyone at one place obviously would be supremely important. So that would have ruled out online shows for you as well.
Oh, 100%. I mean, as the name says, Dharavi Reloaded, most of my kids are in Dharavi. And I take, weekly classes with them where I go to Dharavi, and my physically being there is very, very important to have that class going, and that's how we have been doing for so many years, where we just gather around and jam together and create music. But suddenly after this, it's been a difficult task. And obviously, Dharavi is also like a very, very busy area. There's so many people in and around, and crazy population. So it's a very difficult situation for them also to sort of step out and come to a different environment, and for many others as well. So we had to sort of devise new ways to sort of how we can do practice and how we can continue sort of doing shows. But it's been a difficult, I would say, most difficult 6 months or 7 months since March.
Jejurikar is now trying to get things rolling again by devising new ways for upcoming projects.
I'm also working on some projects where if we can record these kind of performances, and then if we can showcase this to say different venues or different corporates or different brands where they would like to have us as a band, and we can create some great content for them. So these are the new ways. And obviously, I mean, if this is like, nobody's going to get such a long time in their life again. I hope so. 6-7 months is a very long time. So I'm also been thinking in terms of what can be the next chapter for Dharavi Reloaded. How can I expand this project to other slums, or what kind of online content that we can create, and what is the future?
He anticipates a strong bounce back once recovery from the pandemic is nearer in sight.
People are dying to go outside and experience something which is real and happening in the front of their eyes. I think when everything comes back to normal and people have vaccines and everything becomes just how it used to be, I think venues will be full, theaters would be full, all the restaurants and bars and everything would be full to just witness a live performance. And everyone is really dying to go out there and do that. I mean, it's nice to sort of consume content online, but the experience of going there and physically being there and experiencing that and having that connect with the artist, and also other ways around, the artist having the connect with the audience, is a different kind of magic altogether. So everyone is really missing that.
Among other aspects, Jejurikar realized the significance of a plan B from the pandemic and hopes that all artists would have learned that as well for better preparedness in the future. On that note, Jejurikar signs off with a song which takes on an all-new meaning in the current times.
Krishna ni begane paro, Krishna ni begane paro. Darkness coming round, everybody fighting with the brother. Everybody wants control, don't hesitate to kill one another. So come back as Jesus, come back as save the world. Bless all the future of every boy and girl. Come back as Rama, forgive us what we've done. Come back as Allah, come back as anyone. Krishna ni begane paro, Krishna ni begane paro.